Hey, Grim, you know how monkey shoulder got its name?
No, how?
It's actually a long-forgotten term for when workers were flipping malted barley by hand all day. One shoulder would get tired and then hang lower than the other.
You know, I think I came down with a case of monkey shoulder the year before I met my wife. Hi, welcome back. I'm Grim.
And I'm Red, and we are Worthadram, your home of whiskey reviews, dram good opinions, and unadulterated monkey business.
Speaking of monkey business.
Today we are looking at Monkey Shoulder, which is a blended Scotch.
All right.
So Monkey Shoulder is distilled by William Grant and Sons. Some people may know of them from Glenfiddich, Balvenie, Speyside.
Speyside, yep.
Blended malt Scotch.
I happen to have a handy infographic right there.
Ba-ding. Please don't use that sound effect.
Which one? Or bading?
Ba-ding.
All right, bading. Straight from the record.
Ba-ding is not going to happen.
You know, Red, I've heard a lot of people say that Monkey Shoulder is a great introductory Scotch. More so than Johnny Walker. I mean, it's a Scotch for people that don't really know that they're drinking a Scotch. Very easy to get into.
And Speysides in particular generally don't really have that peat flavor, that peat smoke flavor that people, at least myself, when I was first getting into whiskey, in general, when I thought of Scotch, I thought peat smoke, briny flavor.
And that, I mean, that peat smoke flavor is pretty polarizing among newer Scotch drinkers.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, and it has its place for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in the
100%
barrel.
Yep.
But Speyside in general doesn't have that peat flavor. It's a very smooth drinking Scotch, which that's why it's a good entry level. New Scotch drinkers, in particular, would be good. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my favorites. It was my first real Scotch that I went and bought on my own. That somebody didn't give me a little sip of or something like that. I'm like, hey, try this. This is the one I went out and actually bought.
Okay, so you're actually fitting. So back when you started, like you actually fit that demographic for.
I did for sure.
Okay.
This was I can't tell you what bottle number this is, but this was the first bottle of Scotch I bought on my own was Monkey Shoulder. So the way you talked about Maker's Mark. The way I talk about Monkey Shoulder when it comes to Scotch, specifically Speyside Scotches.
It's like I'm getting a little peek into your history now.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I like that.
Actually, we were at Total Wine, and I went to pick up Monkey Shoulder, and they were sold out, and I picked up Balvenie instead, which is actually the same distillery. But anyway, I'm excited to get into this. I hope you're excited with me because you haven't had this before, right?
No, I haven't. This would actually be the first time I'm trying it.
Nice.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about corks. Ooh.
That was a little underwhelming.
That was a little... so we've gotten comments, concerns on how deep we pour these glasses sometimes.
Mostly from our wives.
We appreciate all comments. We appreciate all concerns. We will take them under advisement. Maybe not that one, though.
Are these both for me?
Those are both for you, sir.
All right. While you're pouring, I'm going to mention a little something here.
I think you should.
Monkey Shoulder first became commercially available in the United States in 2012. I think it was 2016, they were voted among America's most popular bars magazine. Whatever governing body.
Is that an actual magazine?
No, it's not.
America's most popular bars?
But voted among...
I think this bar should be in the magazine.
We're getting there.
I'm getting real into
We're getting there.
I'm getting real into your space right now.
You really are. So, 2016 voted among America's most popular bars. Monkey Shoulder was voted most trendiest Scotch whiskey.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I have never been called trendy, so...
2018, they were actually voted best-selling Scotch whiskey, usurping Johnny Walker, who had held that title for decades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's, like I said, it was my intro to Speyside Scotches. It was one thing that I definitely and I took it up on recommendation in talking to folks. Didn't mention it. It's 100%. I mean, you mentioned it was blended malt. It's 100% malted barley. Typically, it is a blend of Balvenie, Glenfiddich, and Kinninvie.
Kinninvie. We're not sure of the pronunciation, but if my experience...
Please correct us.
Yeah, please.
If you know how to pronounce it.
Here's the spelling. Figure it out for us.
Would appreciate it. So it's typically a blend of those three, but it's always a blend of 3 Speyside scotches that are produced by William Grant and Sons.
Real easy scent on the nose.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Oh, and it's always aged in first-time use American oak casks. So first-time use being it's the first time they're used in Scotland. So American oak casks shipped over. First time use
I
in
do
Scotland.
like, so actually a lot of scotches tend to use American barrels in their process.
Bourbon or
which I
wine
love.
barrels.
Like, obviously, I'm a bourbon drinker by nature. So I love seeing that, this line was aged in bourbon barrels, this line was aged in American whiskey barrels.
So
one of my favorite parts of some certain Scotch releases.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with you. Did you get into whiskey through bourbon? I don't know if we've ever talked about that.
No, actually. Where did I start drinking whiskey? I might have, actually. I don't remember 100%, but it might have actually been bourbon.
Yeah. So for me, getting into what whiskey could be outside of Jack and Coke, outside of whiskey sours, was Monkey Shoulder. Was, taking a sip and going, hey, actually, I kind of like drinking that, not mixed with something. And so that then led me on, hey, I like Speyside Scotch.
So we've spent a lot of time talking about not Monkey Shoulder.
Not Monkey Shoulder, which is a damn shame.
First impression on the nose, I feel like it smells a little bit like Bushmills.
Yeah?
Yeah, the original that we had. I
get, and because blends are different, it's like it says batch 27 on here. It always says batch 27. It's just it's a marketing thing.
Okay.
But when I first started drinking, I was like, oh man, what's batch 27? Let me look at it. Every bottle is, to me anyway, that I've had is a little slightly different because the blend can be different.
Yeah, I'd say.
So like this one to me, I've had some that smell more, like you said, like Bushmills. This one to me, I get that sherry almost on the nose. And it's not aged in sherry cask or anything, but because I've drinking Balvenie recently, the scent of this reminds me of that.
So I couldn't peg that on my own, but I can I get it when you mention it.
But definitely get that oak flavor in there.
Yep, real sweet
nose,
smelling. Yeah. Without further ado,
I think it's time to taste this.
I think so,
for sure.
I can see why that's a good introductory scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit sweet, a little bit of sweetness on there for me. But I want you to go ahead. I don't want to, because this is your first time.
So I got like just an impression of like milk chocolate.
Yeah.
Yep. I feel like that's where a lot of the sweetness lends towards the profile. Yeah. A little bit of milk chocolate like on the aftertaste.
Yeah.
Which that's really sugary.
Yeah, it's definitely for me it's always a little bit sweeter than I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And then we talked a little bit about, you get a little bit of that oak flavor in there.
Yeah, a little bit. It's certainly not as prominent as other drinks that we've tried.
And then I get just like a general mouthfeel of just...
Why are you always getting into like you're...
It feels good in my mouth.
I know mouthfeel is like a real term, but like you hit me at just the right time.
But we had talked on one episode where I was drinking Monkey Shoulder specifically, and somebody had said, hey, I almost feel like butteriness when I'm drinking this. and I can't get that memory out of my head. And so now every time I drink this, it's that mouthfeel of just butteriness coating my mouth.
Not a whole lot stands out to me though.
Yeah, and the finish isn't really. The finish just kind of
Super short.
fades.
Yep. It's just
Yeah.
which isn't bad. I mean, that's not. I think if that chocolate flavor were gonna ride a little longer, I don't think
Yeah.
I'd enjoy it as much.
But I've had some that taste a little bit more floral, almost. And I can't come up with any term but floral.
As soon as you said the word floral, I kind of got like a little bit of a hibiscus flavor.
And yeah,
A little bit. It's not.
yeah.
It's not
it's
overpowering.
Not,
Like
it's
I've
not
had
ever
like.
super upfront about it. But
Yeah, it's not like as in your face as like a rosewater lemonade
Yeah.
for like a floral taste, but
yeah, but it's there. It's definitely like
Quiet.
I said. This has always been one of my. I always have a bottle in my back hat.
that's a scotch for people who don't know that they want to drink scotch yet.
Yeah, which was me. I
Yep.
mean, that was me to a T. But I'm not gonna lie, the bottle kind of drew me too. I mean, you got little.
That is a
monkeys
nice
on
touch.
the bottle.
That is a nice. What is it? Is pewter or is it?
I was gonna say pewter, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's pewter. And then you also got 3 monkeys on the cork, and then 3 monkeys on the bottom of the bottle.
That's some serious branding.
I mean, I'm a sucker for an attractive bottle, and that to me is an attractive bottle. But
Without doing any research, I would have guessed the monkey shoulder was a rum
oh yeah,
by the shape of the bottle.
Yeah,
The 3
for sure.
monkeys,
I
like
can see that.
the branding, everything.
Yeah.
Like that. The whole aesthetic points me to it being a rum.
yeah.
It's surprising that it's a scotch.
I've heard some people drink it and almost maybe it's because they're expecting that rum flavor, or they're expecting maybe even a little bit of banana just based off the name, and they can say, "Hey, I almost get a little banana in this, or I get a little bit of something." And it's just interesting, because taste is subjective. It can be influenced by anything.
Yep.
Around you, and you're looking at 3 monkeys staring at you in the face while you're drinking something. You can expect maybe a little bit more rum flavor, or maybe a little bit more different type of flavors in there.
Do they have a batch that was aged in rum barrels? Because I think that would be
I'm not
delicious.
I'm not sure. Maybe we can. That's definitely something we research.
All right. So
Enough monkeying around.
that was a weird cut.
These have been sitting for 10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 or 15
10
minutes.
or 15 minutes. I get a little bit. I don't get as much oak in this,
Nope, not so much.
which is how many episodes have I said it now? I smoked some meat recently with some oak wood. So that comes out.
I'll tell you one thing about smoked meats.
Yeah.
I like my butt rubbed and my pork pulled.
I mean, don't we all?
Since we're filling this episode with those kind of jokes. So remember to check out Worth the Dram After Dark.
Oh, for sure. And comment down below if you like your butt rubbed.
That is so much worse. That's so much worse.
Pork butt.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
For smoking.
All right, with like
Boston butt.
brown sugar and hickory
Yeah.
and a firm hand.
Paprika. A little bit of salt.
I feel like that's almost a little harsher after sitting.
So I was gonna have the exact opposite comment.
Really?
Yeah. I was gonna say there was a short finish before, and there's an even shorter finish now after sitting.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's just like it got mad while it was sitting and
Drink me.
like, what are you waiting for?
It's like a monkey throwing bananas at you. Drink me.
Yeah, I feel the finish is still pretty short.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of that upfront punch that it had before is faster. Like it's stronger and faster, but
Yeah.
it's like it's still a short finish, but it's like a lot. Like I said, it's angrier. It's just it didn't like sitting. Not saying it's bad. It's still not bad.
It's different though.
But,
And I think
Yep.
we've found that with everything we've let sit.
Yep, so
is
far.
it's a little bit different. Hey, what do you call a monkey that sells potato chips?
I don't know.
A chipmunk. How does a monkey get down the stairs?
How?
He slides down the banister.
You had first place for worst joke that we've had on this channel. And then you took your own first. You usurped your own throne.
I now have first and second place.
Yeah, you've tied for first twice.
Hashtag winning.
Oh,
Comment down below your favorite monkey jokes.
yeah, please. I would love to see those. Anyway, so we mentioned earlier, or we may have mentioned, between takes, the equalizer.
Yeah.
I feel like after this has been resting,
Letting it rest.
I feel like it's like factory resetting like a car stereo. Like the equalizer is just set to 0 across the board. Nothing stands out. Nothing really,
Yeah.
there's no peaks or valleys. Like it just kind of...
Yeah. It's tough for me to decouple tasting this now with the memories of drinking this, on the back porch.
Which I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not trying to...
No, and I'm not saying you are. I'm saying, for everybody on the other side of the camera, it's tough for me to, when I drink this, I think, sitting on the back porch, kids are playing in the grass, maybe the barbecue's going. Those type of memories are coming when I'm drinking this. And it's tough to decouple the taste. Taste and memory very, very closely tied together. It's tough to decouple those, and so I taste this, and I automatically have those memories of those. Monkey business. So, you this is your first time, so scale of 1 to 10. How you feeling?
You're really putting me on the spot here, Red.
I am.
So it's like a complete reversal of roles here, where Maker's Mark has like kind of a deep history with me, and Monkey Shoulder is for you the same.
For sure.
Man, I am chewing on these words. Anyway, nothing really stands out to me.
Yeah.
You and I together have experienced
Just
other scotches.
plethora.
Yep. And scotches,
Do you even
I've
know what a plethora is? Sorry.
Scotch has never really been like my go-to.
Yeah.
I feel like I keep scotches here in the house for special occasions because I think I should. But the bourbons for me, like obviously I'm like I mentioned probably episode 1, like I'm primarily a bourbon drinker. Monkey Shoulder, it fits the bill.
Yeah.
Like it's good price point. It tastes good. But like I said, nothing really.
Yeah.
It doesn't really
Pops
stand
out
out.
at you.
Like it's.
I get that.
It's a 5. I say 5.
5?
Yeah.
Before I give my rating, what do you call an angry monkey?
What do you call an angry monkey?
Furious George. Where do monkeys drink? Monkey bars.
This is.
I now have 1st through 4th place.
You're gonna get us kicked off of YouTube.
Why do you never want to get in a fight with a monkey?
Why?
Because they use guerrilla warfare. So I should probably get to rating this.
Yeah. Give me your number.
For me, it's a 6. It's something I'm always going to keep a full bottle of in my bar. It's probably going to be it's been and it probably will continue to be my go-to Scotch mixer.
Which I mean, off camera, I pointed out before that Monkey Shoulder actually makes some pretty good.
Yeah.
So I've heard Muggy Shoulder makes some pretty good mixed drinks.
Yeah, there's a drink called a OMG.
The OMG.
After dark. Orange monkey ginger. It's delicious.
So is that a ginger beer or a ginger ale?
I think it's ginger ale.
Okay.
It's delicious. I've made it once, and I'm 90% sure it was ginger ale. So 5 for you, 6 for me.
For a 5.5?
5.5.
5.5.
Sounds good to me.
Right there. Yeah. So
We should have fanfare. You should have little monkeys growing on. We've talked about this.
every time you ask for something, like I have to find like free use images because I'm not animating monkeys myself.
If anybody's worked in so everybody's worked in IT, you've always had, customers, users come up and say, "Hey, can you just make this happen when the computer rolled?" I like doing that to you just because, shared history.
What do you got?
I was going to say 5.5 monkeys.
5.5 monkeys. How would you do half a monkey?
Messily. Super messy.
Just do 5.5 and then just shift the graphic to 5.5 monkeys, just static monkeys.
You're just making more work for him.
I have no idea what you're telling me to do.
So blue.
Red, to close this off, thank you for bringing this by. It's nice to see, a little insight to what brought you into drinking
Yeah.
Scotch. And thank you for monkeying about.
You know what? Thank you for paying attention to our monkey business.
That shit was bananas. So, to bring us home, like and subscribe here on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
And remember, however you like to drink your whiskey, that's the right way.